here we are. Game number 1 of the upper semifinals. Only 2 series left in this tournament. Of course, this best of 3 and then the best of 5 grand finals. Well, for the first time in a couple of weeks, it is not a double elimination bracket today. It is only single elim.
And no point advantage to either of these players. We will get at least 3 games, but let's hope to make it for a full 5-game series, especially when it's Go-Go Joey up against one of these 2 players. Super hype as we kick off our best of 3 semifinals here on Oxide. LE in the bottom left-hand corner map, swatting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have the pink Protoss player coming down for the land of Hong Kong. He is the best Protoss player from Hong Kong, but not quite the best player, making him the Kong of Hong Kong, or Hong Kong, depending on what you go for. He is going to be representing himself because he's currently teamless. We have Bistork.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Australian Terran. He's red, representing OPSV. In the semifinals for the first time, it is RunaMoK.
Oh boy, and RunaMoK again barely didn't make it out of his group at NZ Champs, and a lot of that did have to do with the Protoss players, Probe and Pez especially, but I believe also Starduck and no,
that's
not
it.
Vivid.
There's only 3 Protoss.
Yeah, that's about it. I didn't believe Starduck. I don't remember Starduck beat RunaMoK, but I think he took a game off of him.
It went to the Ace
just
match.
enough to, like,
Yeah,
it did, yeah. I think that was enough to like knock him down from qualifying. Actually, don't remember that. I'll have to do math. Don't ask me to do math. Regardless, RunaMoK has a bone to pick with the entire Protoss race. And he's been practicing a ton, even though his tournament run has ended.
Yeah, and RunaMoK showed off a very interesting style. How will that work against Bistork? That is the question. For those wondering, and for those who did not tune into ANZ Champs, or for those who did, and want a bit of a recap, RunaMoK against both Starduck and Pez went for a very heavy Widowmine drop style. We saw drops.
I loved seeing it.
Yeah, very early on, a big investment, and they did not stop. We saw Pez adapted to it, and after falling for it in the first game, he was able to recognize, hey, you're investing a lot in these Widowmines. Let me just go for Blink Stalkers and attack across the map while you're doing it, and you're not going to have anything to defend. So the aggression is what was able to like abuse that scenario, and Bistork is known for his aggression, but I also imagine that Bistork didn't tune into ANZ Champs.
Probably not. Not awkward timing. That's not really. Wait, does Hong Kong have the same time zone as? I think it does actually. For some reason, I thought it was like Korean time. Actually, it's Korean time would probably be better, wouldn't it?
Man, you need to sleep after this, okay?
Yeah.
Ay. But yeah.
It's not ended.
It has not ended, mate. Ooh, nice catch here. A lot of damage on that Adept, but the Adept Shade does finish, and ooh, it looks like 1 SV. Not even.
Oh, not even. That was a probe or a drone. It would have definitely went down. And very nicely done from RunaMoK as well. He did not allow that shade to get into the main base. Bistork has 0 scouting on this 1-1-1.
Yeah.
Only tank.
Exactly. Going very tank heavy here. Very interesting from RunaMoK. Meanwhile, this is what we're talking about. Like Bistork, he's crazy. He does whatever he wants, and he is going for DTs.
Mate. When in doubt.
DT out?
Definitely, yeah, DT out. Definitely a lot that can be abused here for Bistork as well. RunaMoK doesn't Won't be able to get a Raven out, not with that amount of gas he's mining. That tank was a very big investment on the gas count. Almost loses that Warp Wisdom. But it was able to catch that at the end.
That he was. Meanwhile, RunaMoK, he does not want to stop. He is pushing up into the natural base, but there is an overcharge. There is a shield battery. He does siege up his tank though, and that pylon, is that in range? Potentially.
Not quite. I think it might be in range if he had vision on the high ground, but I don't think he does. 1 DT, all he needs. I don't think RunaMoK has a scan available just yet. He does not. Max away.
Oh god, he does not.
Mate, he needs to make a decision. Where's he gonna scan light?
Oh my god,
immediately
he does
forced to swap his add-ons again.
Yeah, exactly. The DT does get under the starport. Unfortunately, no scans available. G gets called.
Completely stopped that starport from landing on that tech lab. I am gonna have nightmares of that light. I didn't play that game, but as a Terran player, I am gonna have nightmares about that scenario later tonight.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
everything went wrong at the exact wrong moment there.
RunaMoK, he wasn't saving energy for scan. He did see the DT earlier, but he just wasn't ready for it. Didn't have anything at home either to even kill the DT, by the way. And
well, you said that the Protoss player needs to be a little aggressive against RunaMoK, and I guess Bistork took that to heart.
that's just Bistork, mate.
Probably. You know what it was? It was really Probe and Pez just learning from Bistork, really.
Oh boy. And now it's just, after a very quick game number 1, we are diving into game 2.
Come on, take this to the ace match, RunaMoK. You were the only Terran player to make it to the semifinals in a long time of Grand Platypus Open. Don't go out like that. Don't go out like this.
Oh, I don't think it's up to RunaMoK, mate. I think it's up to Bistork.
Bistork, please have mercy.
Oh, God.
Let's look. Throw the game. If you have to. Just take us to a full game series. Been a while since we had a TVP. But we are going to continue our series here on Lightshade LE. We're in the bottom right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. The pink Protoss player, the decision maker, the guy. Everything went right for him. He just was on point with every single thing in that last game. He is our pink Protoss player from Hong Kong, the DT master. He is Bistork.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Australian Terran. He's red, representing Team Opus V. Bowing out of game 1 quite quickly, it is RunaMoK.
Oh boy. I'm not even playing this game light, but I am like, I have some anxiety on behalf of RunaMoK here. Like, what is Bistork gonna throw his way?
Yeah, I mean, he can do whatever he wants at this point, right? He's already up 1-0 in this series. He can just meme it up, lose this game, doesn't even matter in the grand scheme of things. And I'm worried for RunaMoK. I'm worried just because I know that a game like that can affect him. It can tilt him. He can be a very emotional player, kind of Azure-esque in that way. And we saw how that affected you, mate. How do you think it affects him? Like,
oh boy. Mate, if I was in RunaMoK shoes right now, I'd just be hyperventilating. I'd be like banging on Probe's door, like, Probe, what do I do?
Probe, you're cooking today. He's like, what? Why? Nah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I guess there's a reason why RunaMoK is the pro player and I'm not. A lot more of that mental fortitude.
I would hope so.
Well, compared to me, anyway.
Yeah. And we will find out here in this next game as he's opening up very safe. You know, we have a bunker on the way. Did avoid going for any kind of second Reaper or anything crazy like that. The first one is going across the map, and he should be able to scout this opening, which is, once again, a Twilight Council.
Yeah. I don't believe that's quite in range, but here's the cool thing about Light Shade. There are 2 ramps here. A Reaper jump up from 3, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Ooh. And
It is.
Oh god, RunaMoK, please.
Will immediately gets around to get taken out by the probes.
Oh god, and wait, hold on, I need to quickly check his vision here, as he did not scout the Twilight Council, he did not see it, and as I'm sure you see, thank you so much to Muslim for the raid. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome. Picked the right time.
Is it the right time?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, yeah, we picked the right time. We have a TVP. I'm like, oh, wait, but it's TVP.
Oh my god.
It may be the right time, it may not be.
For those wondering, this is Grand Platypus Open, GPO, a weekly tournament that we run for Oceanic and Southeast Asian players. We are in the second semi-finals of the night. It is a TVP, as Yaku was saying. Currently, Bistork up 1-0.
Yeah, winner of this is going to be Face Go Joey waiting in that grand finals. And so far, throughout the entire series, signs are pointing to a PvZ. RunaMoK, he needs your energy.
He does. To Muslim specifically.
Yes.
Game 1.
Needs a Terran power.
Part of me wants to say, like, I recommend you guys watch Game 1, like the VOD, or maybe you shouldn't if you're a Terran player. It involved DTs. It involved a game that lasted less than 5 minutes. It was pretty heartbreaking. Feels bad, man.
You don't even need to. I feel like you don't even need to watch a game. Just need to watch a clip of me panicking. Towards the end there. That's all you need to know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And even though earlier we were talking about RunaMoK and how in ANZ Champs he was going for these Widowmine heavy styles and dropping all over the place, specifically in this matchup, he is playing completely differently here against Bistork.
Yeah, I fear that he may be overreacting a little bit based on game number 1. He is going for that double bunker. He prioritized getting Raven out as quickly as possible, which does make him very, very safe until he can get enough upgrades to go for a timing attack. But Bistork isn't exactly committed to his aggression.
Yeah, I mean, meanwhile, RunaMoK, he is checking the third base, you know, just making sure whether or not he knows his opponent is on 2 bases or looking to expand, and Bistork just continues to warp in stalkers across the map. There are 2 tanks here. We do see RunaMoK is covering his natural and his main base, but is there enough here to really cover the tank in the main?
Not quite. The Raven immediately gets sniped. There is enough DPS with that auto turret to at least keep Sim alive. So very unfortunate pick off. Regardless, RunaMoK even wanted that Raven later on for his eventual push.
Mate, there are not enough Marines here. He can just easily jump on this tank, and he does.
Oh, takes a couple of losses, but there were more than enough stalkers here that Bistork could afford a couple of losses in exchange for a tank. Sim is still researching. Definitely something.
You know what? At least he saves. He saves Sim, right? It's still there. But
you look at the bright side, you know.
I mean, my question is, will the game last long enough for Sim to finish? Because you know what? There are barely any Marines left. There is still only 1 tank.
Oh.
Never mind. 0 tanks.
1 tank, yeah. He's getting another out now. Unfortunately, the Marines only came in at a second too late. Bistork can continue to chip away here. There's really nothing threatening that warp prism. You can continue to warp in here as long as he has supply.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, finally another tank does come out, and RunaMoK will finally regain control of his main base. I'm honestly surprised. Stim will finish up, so that will eventually come into play here, but now there's no tank covering the natural.
And there is not. SCV pull is quick enough. It's quick enough. It's quick enough. It's quick enough. Nice. I got very worse for a sec.
Yeah, it looks like it was enough there, as RunaMoK does hold on to his natural base. At the same time, Bistork is getting ready to dive into the main, but there are plenty of Marines here to cover said main base. So again, RunaMoK, he's been able to at least hold on to his 2 bases, but behind this, Bistork, there's nothing stopping him from just expanding and working on his economy.
Yeah, going for that 3rd base. Let's be careful not to be too greedy here, because in all this time, again, Sim has finished researching against all odds. in this entire time, RunaMoK has been building up. His tank count has been reset a couple times, which is very unfortunate. His Raven got taken out. It was also very unfortunate, but there's still enough in the cards here for RunaMoK to go for a very potent push to at least take out a base. Again, that's why it's so important for Bistork to maintain these stalkers and keep RunaMoK at bay for as long as possible.
Yeah, the problem is that, again, because Bistork has been on point with sniping these tanks, I don't know if he can push out across the map. Like, right now, there are only 2 tanks for RunaMoK. Is that really what you want to move out with? Meanwhile, ooh, nice snipe here as the War Prism does go down. So this is the first win for RunaMoK.
A little bit of friendly fire in the Marines, unfortunately. So, yeah, RunaMoK still has a bit of a weakened push than he'd otherwise like. But Bistork, he is losing a lot here. Completely lost the map control of these stalkers. He does not have a lot of army. He's trying to get Storm now, and he's warping in a couple of High Templar as they build up more and more energy, but RunaMoK wants to hit soon. I'm not entirely convinced Bistork has enough to prevent him.
Yeah, exactly. Like, again, Bistork, as we just saw, he invested a lot into trying to kill this one tank, and it survived with, what, 5 HP? And now, RunaMoK is going across the map, and you were talking about Bistork being too greedy. Bistork, he's taking a 4th base. He was taking up in every which direction, going for Storm, going for that Templar Archives. Like, right now, Bistork doesn't have too much to work with.
He really doesn't. He has about 2 Storms, and if they are the most on-point Storms in the world, then sure, Bistork might be able to stay alive, but there are 4 tanks out here, like, if he's not careful, they can absolutely snipe the Templar, but here come the Templar! Not the best Storms, very good splits from RunaMoK, and it looks like we're getting our ace match.
Wow, unfortunately the Storms were wasted on tanks and not really the bio at all there, and as we were saying, there's not enough on the ground, Bistork being too greedy, and RunaMoK ties up the series.
Thank you for the Terran energy, the Muslim. As we are moving on to our ace match, I love to see it.
Hey, it's all because of the Muslim, like RunaMoK, he saw it from that 2-minute delay. He's like, yo, I gotta do it for my boy.
It's like all of a sudden I'm like, why do I feel invigorated?
Oh god. So, yeah, with that, we are going to game number 3. As a reminder, this is the semifinals, and it is a best of 3, not a best of 5. So, this is it. This is going to be the ace match.
One more map to determine who faces Go-Go Joey in that grand final. So, we're going to have a TBZ or a PvZ. Best of 5. To be determined.
Yeah, as it looks like we have our map, game number 3 will be on Romanticide. Unfortunately, no Beckett Industries. Unfortunately, no Beckett Industries. It is going to be a bit of a larger map here, and I still don't really know what to expect from these 2 players. As we let them know that we are ready. Again, Bistork didn't really show too much, right? Game number 1, the game kind of ended before it started. Game number 2. Honestly, Bistork was doing a lot of damage, right? He was picking off tank after tank. He wasn't getting too much economic damage, but again, he was still finding a lot of value with his stalkers, but wasn't really respecting the macro potential of RunaMoK, right? He wasn't really respecting the army that was being amassed, and he was just, again, expanding, taking a 4th base, getting upgrades. Like, it was crazy.
All I'm saying is, Stim survived.
It did.
I'm still amazed, honestly. It's usually the first thing the Protoss player, like, they see that green tech lab, they jump right for it. But here we go, concluding our best of 3 semifinals. It is going to be Romanticide LE. What a fitting map, you know, the largest map in the current pool, at least when it comes to rush distance. In the top left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top left-hand corner, we have the pink Protoss player coming down for the land of Hong Kong. He is the best Protoss player from Hong Kong, the Hong Kong, or the Kong of Hong Kong, if you prefer to call it that way. And he wants to make that best of 5 finals a Hong Kong derby. It's a Hong Kong a lot. I kind of lose this meaning now. But will he be able to? He is Bistork.
And spawning in the bottom right, but also in the center left, we have the Australian Terran player. He is red, representing Team Opus V. It is RunaMoK.
I don't know why I let myself believe that RunaMoK wasn't gonna proxy this game, Light.
I mean, it's romanticide, right? Like
It is romanticide. RunaMoK definitely not a big fan of these, larger maps that are a little bit harder to get your reinforcements down and counterattack. So, yeah, if he can go for something early, that cripples his opponent, then he'll definitely go for it.
Yeah. It does make a lot of sense that Bistork is scouting towards the northern side of the map. Again, we're on romanticide, so actually going for his own proxy. Actually, mate, things are about to get weird.
Are we gonna see a Dark Shrine, Light? That's all I want to know.
I kind of want to give the edge.
Proxy location.
I kind of want to give the edge to Bistork here because the pylon's gonna finish up. This is lined up kind of with that cybernetics core. It's only working off of one gas though. There it is. Gateway gets thrown down. And he's going to scout. He's going to realize there's nothing here. Maybe I switched his... No, yeah, he's going.
Okay, yeah. He just want to get some free minerals for his troubles. That's basically cab fare for the probe.
And now the probe gets into the main base. He sees there's no production. He knows 100% that it is a proxy out on the map. And this is what I'm a little bit concerned about. Oh my god, he went for a proxy 1-1-1?
Oh my, that armory is starting to be made here, Light. But it's Hellions, okay. For a sec I thought maybe Hellions Widow Mines, but honestly pure Hellions would be, in Hellbats would also be pretty potent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want... It's gonna be Hellbats, by the way. Sorry, Widow Mines, right? It's gonna be Widow Mines, right? Widow Mines.
It's gotta be Widow Mines, right? But the Hellions are out.
They are out. And I'm honestly really concerned just because there's nothing at home to defend. One Adept comes in, SCV will get taken out. We even have a shield battery here to reinforce for Bistork. Sure, Hellions are coming in, but again, Gateway units do fairly well against these Hellions.
Yeah, just needs to make sure he doesn't line them up. Don't try to fight the Hellions, go Bistork. Okay, he's fine for now. They're starting to line up a little bit, a couple more volleys, and some of these probes can be in a lot of trouble. But Hellions aren't really gonna do too much. But there, we called it, Light. The Widow Mines are coming in with that armory. There's gonna be no way to spot those without detection. It doesn't matter in the end. It doesn't matter in the end. Bistork was already killing that base. Is that how we end that series, Light? Really?
GG. I was about there. That's what I was kind of alluding to. As GG.
I almost didn't want to press honestly.
That's what I was alluding to because of the way that those proxies work against each other. Because it was specifically a proxy 1-1-1, it takes such a long time to really get going. As we saw, Widow Mines was still on the way, and those two Hellions, we saw Bistork deal with them with a single Stalker and some Probe Micro. That's all he needed to do. And meanwhile, at home for RunaMoK, there was nothing that could deal with the Gateway units. There was nothing at all. There were SCVs, and he would lose so much more in the process. So, GG. I think that was just a build order loss in a way.
Much. Do you think a difference would be made if RunaMoK went for the mines and then the Hellions, or do you think that just the production overall would have taken too long, and it would have taken too long to get units back into his own main base to try to defend?
That's the biggest problem, right? Is the fact that he cannot support his base at home. Meanwhile, because there's a gateway at home and a gateway across the map for Bistork, he can do both, right? He can be aggressive and he can defend a little bit. So.
But honestly, I wouldn't have had it any other way. Absolutely, the series of the evening for me. And we had a lot of those. We had that ZVZ between Gogo Joey and
Sardak.
Nux. There we go. Gogo Joey and Nux. Earlier on, that was definitely very hype. And yeah, that PvZ as well, fairly close. The PvC Demi between Bistork, that was hype. But the sheer chaos that was Bistork versus RunaMoK is up there for me. I guess that's the reason why we don't see too many TVPs in GPO.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And with that, we now have our finalists for this evening. Both Bistork and Gogo Joey were forced to go to the Ace match from our Australian players, but in the end, it was not enough to take them down. And we have our Hong Kong Derby, our ZVP for the Grand Finals.
That we do. Feels like this could be new Miyamika versus Go Joey, but then again, doesn't happen that often.
Exactly. And before we head off as well, as we are going to be going on a short break before the finals, exclamation mark, I know there's a lot of people watching right now who may not even be familiar with this word, but exclamation mark Funada Chase in the chat. I see you there. Caesar as well. These are two Aussie players that could be competing in this tournament, but chose not to. Mate, Caesar.
Well, Caesar, like, he might want to be hiding. He might want to hide builds, right? For his champs.
Nice.
I don't know why I'm making excuses for him.
He's playing the newest season of Tarkov. That's what's happening. It's because there was a wipe, I think, last week. So he's shaking my head, Caesar. Shaking my head.
I tried to make an excuse for you, Caesar. I'm sorry, buddy.
God damn it, Caesar. God damn it. But yes, with that, we have our finalists ready. But before that, we are going to be going on a short break.
Yeah, enjoy the duct tapes, the Muslim viewers.
Yeah. Enjoy some Shelby.
Ooh.
See you soon.